Our next presenter is an alumnus of last year's class and received the Oklahoma Spirit Award. Kelsey Conaway Nixa says she knew early on that she wanted to work with a company that makes a significant impact in Oklahoma. Many of you may feel the same way, which meant for her it would be likely in the medical or the energy fields. For Kelsey, it turned out to be energy, because while working on her Master of Science degree, she entered an internship with Continental Resources and stayed on as an engineering technician. Her team was recognized by the Environmental Systems Research Institute with a Special Achievement Award for developing a process to minimize the risk of pipelines being damaged by third-party construction. Kelsey also has participated in Continental Resources' aggressive community involvement program. She helped make quilts for veterans, participated in community cleanup projects, and served as a camp counselor. Please welcome Kelsey Conaway Nixa of Continental Resources and a member of the NextGen Under 30 Class 11. Kelsey.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start off by thanking Don Swift and the NextGen Under 30 organization for having me tonight. And can I just say that this is a huge night for the state of Oklahoma. We get to take a moment to appreciate the next leaders that it has to offer and really just take a moment to pause and congratulate you all for this huge accomplishment. With that being said, I'd like to just say congratulations to all of the NextGen Under 30 award winners that we have here tonight. What an honor it is to be recognized for all the hard work that you've put into your career and all the efforts that you've made outside of your career. In this room, we are surrounded by high achievers on many different paths. We have engineers who innovate, artists who inspire, and medical professionals who provide hope to those who are sick. And I could go on. It reminds me of a passage in Corinthians that talks about how each person is given a different gift. And these gifts are as unique as the different parts of the body, but together they each serve a unique function to make the whole. If any one part were to be lost, the whole would suffer. In a similar manner, we can equate the various roles that we all play to the success of Oklahoma and its future. I think it's important to acknowledge not only the success that you're having in your careers and the contribution that makes to Oklahoma's success, but also what you're doing outside of it. It's the investment that you make in your loved ones every day. It's the hours of community service that you provide. And it's the changes that you make to better yourself as an individual. It's easy to lose sight of these other, I would argue, equally important aspects of your life. I know that when I was originally interning with Continental Resources, I would be offered a job when I graduated. When I received that offer, it wasn't quite what I expected, but I enjoyed the company and I enjoyed the culture and I loved what I did. So I took that and I hope that one day it would be able to bring me to the point where I wanted to be. Here is where my first lesson came in. To make sure that you're doing your due diligence to give yourself the best opportunities that you can. But also, I will soon learn from this experience to make sure you're taking full advantage of the opportunities you are also given. I have to admit that there are times where, like any job, you become frustrated with the circumstance. But I challenge you that during those times of frustration to shift your focus to other parts of your life, other ways you can give back and serve and grow as an individual. Despite what they say, you can't do it all. So whatever you are giving your attention to, give it your best. After about a year and a half, another opportunity came with a new role. And I'm sure many of you have been in this position before. It was alluded to earlier that people in our generation tend to stay at jobs a little shorter time frame. So I know that a lot of you have probably taken that leap into another journey and there's some anxiety that comes with it. I wish I could say that this was the story where I took that leap and everything worked out perfectly. I moved to a new role, and although I didn't enjoy it as much, it's important that you focus on the things that you can learn from it. For me, this meant I got to learn a different aspect of the oil and gas industry and really equip myself with business acumen that I use today. I didn't know then that this role that I didn't enjoy quite as much was going to be a huge game changer for me in my next role. Now, It all came full circle for my first role because there was I don't know if this was mentioned, but my background is in statistics, and I really wanted to work in the data science realm. And a person from my first job saw that there was an opening in a data science group coming up, and they were looking for somebody who had experience in statistics. Although that was hardly used in my first role, they advocated on my behalf. Little did I know that that first job that wasn't quite what I thought it would lead me into my next role that was exactly what I hoped it would be. So I just say this today to make sure that you are giving everything your all, because you have no idea what may turn into the opportunity that you hoped it would be down the road. Now, like many of you, I am still early on in my career, but I believe there are a few things that I have learned that are worth sharing today. I think it was mentioned earlier that when you learn something valuable, make sure you pass it on. So I'm going to try to do that with about 3 to 4 quick things. The first is to be confident in the knowledge that you have, but always act with humility and grace. Act with humility because at some point you will be wrong, but act with grace also because eventually somebody else will be wrong, and you've been there before. Now, being wrong is not a setback, and feeling out of your depth simply means that you have an opportunity for growth. The second thing I would advise is to not be afraid to ask questions. Progress is made by learning and challenging the status quo, and that's exactly where the tough questions lead. We are a privileged generation in the sense that we have the opportunity to Google just about anything. But I would say it's hard to beat asking the experts that are around you. On that note, I would also encourage you to spend time with people who challenge you. Pick people who challenge you to be the best version of yourself, who challenge your ideas and your beliefs, who challenge you to work harder and just become a better version of the self that you are now. The final thing I would like to leave you with, and probably the thing that I have struggled with the most individually, is to make sure you take time to cherish every moment. Don't skip the important things in life, and when they come, make sure that you're present. Now, if you're anything like me, once you reach a goal, it is simply on to the next. It is important to take time to appreciate those moments, but also the individuals who help you get there, because none of us in this room have done this journey alone. As I prepare to close, I would like to say that whether you realize it or not, you all have done something great to be in this room today. I encourage each of you to continue giving selflessly to see the change that you would like to see. The state of Oklahoma is a great place, but with each of you, it can be even greater. Tonight, we celebrate you, and we thank you for all the hard work that you've already put in. Let's have a round of applause for our winners and the individuals who supported them on their journey.